full multicultural British accent, British hip hop, very witty, quippy, very well written dialogue. These are some of the ingredients for a quintessential Guy Ritchie story. And this one, The Gentleman, which is a spin-off of the 2019 movie, is a Guy Ritchie movie. From the word go, from the villain to the good guy, they all feel like Guy Ritchie characters. Usually, every time you watch a Guy Ritchie story, you know how he edits his movie and you know how he writes his story. So if you watch the 2019 movie, or if you've watched any other Guy Ritchie gangster movie, that is exactly what you're getting in this movie. Only better, because this time he gets the opportunity to actually explore all these characters properly, flesh them out, and actually give the main character a proper arc by we're given enough time with the character that we see him evolve. And that's one thing I liked about the show. Now, if you were to compare this with the movie, I wouldn't really compare it, because I thought the movie was much more superior, because it was much more contained and it was fresher, and it never felt like a really long story. It was just its own concrete standalone story. I felt it was slightly superior than this show. Why? Because you obviously have the star power of Matthew McConaughey, because Matthew McConaughey is one of those characters. No, I'm not saying that Theo James is not a good actor. He did his best in this particular performance, but Matthew McConaughey was much more present. He is one of the big American actors, so he's able to sell that character very well. He looked the part, and he was as menacing, as charismatic as that character was supposed to be. Theo James doesn't have a problem, but I just felt that Matthew McConaughey is a better actor. Let me just put it that way. In terms of style, it's what you expect. Very stylish outfits. I mean, these are dukes. This is the United Kingdoms. But as usual, if you watch Man of Uncle, even with lock, stock, and a barrel of guns, you also had a very strong sense of style. And you have that too in this particular movie. This is one of those shows that goes back to drugs, like any other Guy Ritchie movie. There's always weed in one or the other, and this one doesn't also disappoint. We have a very interesting character called Jimmy, who is a stoner who, oh my goodness, if you talk of dumb stoners, if you talk of ridiculously stupid stoners, that is one that I've ever seen. I've met stoners, I've seen them, but they are not as dumb as this particular character. I don't know why the company actually kept him around for that long. Even is it Eddie? Is it Freddie or Eddie? I think it's Freddie, the brother who always caused trouble. I don't understand how they were able to be kept around for that long. So yeah, if you're looking for something that is different from what is presented on Netflix, because I think that Netflix have a certain vibe with their shows. They're not creative. They go for generic and acceptable and safe for their series, for their TV shows. And I think this is an example of something different, something that is actually very smart and actually really funny at the same time. It's action comedy, but it's more of action crime thriller comedy, because there's a lot of gang related themes in this movie. There's a lot of violence. There's this Asian woman who sells cars, and she has a machete, and she has just a habit of trying to chop everyone. So I felt like this was more of a crime, not really action, because you don't have a lot of action. You have a lot of crime and comedy, because it's also really, really funny. It's written, it's very creative. It's a Guy Ritchie movie, so it's written very creatively. There's my favorite character, who is this priest who has a brother who's killed in episode 1. It's a guy with a beard. I just couldn't wait to see him come on screen. Ray Winston is in the film. Our favorite villain, of course, is in the film, like in every single movie, and he nails it. Again, they're supported by the outfit. I think they look fantastic. They're written well. And basically, what I'm trying to say, and I'm not saying this because I'm a Guy Ritchie fan, this is a perfect show. Yeah, if you're telling me what was wrong with the show, I actually can't find anything, because it's exactly what I expected and more. It doesn't take itself too serious, but then it doesn't really, underestimate the viewer. It's one of those shows that you actually, even if you've never interacted with a Guy Ritchie movie, you go in at first and go like, what is this? What are they trying to do? And then you get into it, and then it takes you away, and then it takes you on a journey with our main character. The guy was a soldier. He was brought in. He didn't want to be the duke. He didn't want to be the head of the family. He thought the brother would take it because the brother was always there. But then the father asked him to take over. So he's doing something that he did not want to do. And then you have this careless brother and the fact that they are in debt, because you see these big dukes and their castles and you think that they're not in debt, but they have their own financial issues. So you follow this person who's into something that he did not want to be in the first place. Actually, it reminds me of Succession in a way. I think this was Guy Ritchie doing a Succession show. That's just what I thought. And so you get to follow this person as he tries to figure things out with the family and all these other colorful characters. That's why I'm talking about a very, a perfect show. On paper, it's supposed to be convoluted. On paper, it's supposed to be a very complicated, a pretentious show, but they were able to actually ground it and give us a really, really entertaining show. I just talked about the castle and I remember something. The castle in itself is a character in itself. It's a very beautiful castle. It's a very beautiful location. It just looks good. It's one of those things that makes me want to create or build a castle. Let me just put it that way. So basically that's it. This is a very good show. And if you're thinking about, can I watch this and leave it? Should I binge it one time? I would suggest that you don't binge it. You go episode by episode, maybe on a daily basis or a weekly basis, because if you binge, it becomes heavy as you move on. Let me just go. Yeah, it gives you everything. You get entertained. You get the full 8 hours, almost 8 hours. But I would suggest, my experience was I was watching an episode after a day or two. It was like watching a Guy Ritchie movie every day, for like 9 to 10 days. So basically that's it. That's where, if I was to give this out of 5, I would give this a 4.8 out of 5. I enjoyed it. The 2.0 is, the 0.2 is because there's just nothing, because I enjoyed all the characters. They were so dynamic, they were so well fleshed out, they were so interested, the dialogue was written so well. So I didn't quite have any problem with this particular movie. And the 0.2 is just for technicalities. Nothing is perfect. Yeah, if you've never watched a Guy Ritchie movie, you may struggle with some scenes because of the way the editing is done, because he likes to show you something before you have someone explain what happened, and then everything is played back. If you are never into that style, you may have a difficult time. But apart from that, yeah, this is a very, very good show. Give it your time. So basically that's it. Remember to always watch what you enjoy and enjoy what you watch. Thanks for watching this. I really appreciate you being here. I'm on a very long journey. I'm on an arc. I'm currently on 588 subscribers. I want to see if we can get this channel to 100k subscribers. Is it possible that we can actually get this to 100k subscribers? Because it seems wild, especially when you're here, when you're in your hundreds. When you are, 500, that's like, not even 1%. So it would be interesting to see if we can actually get this to 100k subscribers. So if you are here, if you're still watching this, please subscribe, and let's see if we can actually get this there. And it's not just about getting this there. It's about me giving you content that actually adds value to your life, and actually trying to improve on how I do it and improve on how I try to help you, so that as the channel grows, I can also grow and I can also be of value to you. So thanks for watching. See you on the next one.